So today I'm going to show you an example of how to progress your workout. I'm going to demonstrate you move by move from beginning to advanced. So you have an idea whether your workout that you're doing, not necessarily this one, but whether the workout you are doing is too hard or too difficult for you, so you can progress a lot. So the workout, this exercise I'm going to show you an example is a double leg lift. So how do you actually move? And so I'm gonna go on the back, lie on the floor. So in the beginning, you probably wanted to use a pillow to bolster your head and your shoulder area, so your ribs are down. And then so what happened is you're going to make sure your back is flat on the floor, and then you will want to just lift your toe off the floor. I'm not going to talk about inhale and exhaling too much here, but in the beginning you wanted to make sure, okay, is your hip tilting back and forth, right, as you're lifting your toes up, your heel up. Is your back on the floor? Is your hip tilting? Okay, no problem, easy peasy. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift the knee up. Again, you're making sure your hip is not rocking back and forth. There's no tightness in this area. You're not dragging yourself down. Okay, this is easy peasy, no problem. So you're going to work further away from your body. So you're going to do heel slide. So this is one of the very common exercises you will see. Heel sliding, okay, heel sliding, easy peasy, no problem. I can maintain my tension. I'm not feeling really, it's working on my core. It's too easy, and the hip flexor is fine. I'm not dragging myself. So sometimes you might see yourself when you do this, your whole body shift downward because the hip flexor is too tight for you. So make sure you're not doing that. And if you are, control yourself, maybe not sliding as far, which is okay too, because it has to do with your hamstring and your hip flexors and your whole hip movement. But your back is on the floor, you're not tilting back and forth. Okay, easy peasy, no problem. So you are going to lift both knees up now. Okay, lift both knees up. So always, again, make sure you're inhaling 360-degree, exhaling as you are doing any movement that is exerting energy. So whether it is to do a heel lift, whether it is to do a knee lift, every time you're moving your body, basically, you are going to exhale most of the time, except for squat, lunges like that. That it's actually the opposite. When you're coming up, then you exhale. But for these movements, because you're lying on the floor, every time you're exhaling, you are doing something. When you're not doing anything, when you're still, then you take a good 360-degree inhale. So so you're gonna bring both knee up, and then from here I want to make sure, okay, are you bulging? Are you sinking in? Are you doming? So these are the indicators that I want you to make sure you're always checking on yourself. Do you feel like the pressure is pressing your stomach? And if there's nothing, okay, awesome, continue. So we're gonna tap this heel, right? So now we from completely on the floor to still being on the floor, sliding that leg. Now we are both knees off the floor now, right? More gravity pulling us. And then you're going to tap and tap. Okay, no problem, easy peasy, Becky. So what's next is going to extend one leg, okay? So now you see this, naturally my leg is pulling inward because my hip flexor is super tight, and like my hip, I naturally have a really bad anterior pelvic tilt. Like my curve in the back is so bad. If I'm not conscious, like it's really bad. And that's because of I didn't really take care of myself after the first pregnancy. I didn't know I have diastasis recti, so like I did work I shouldn't do, and it's like crazy stuff. And so I really hope that you don't have to do what I did. I don't have to go through what I did, because it's taking me a lot long to heal my diastasis recti. But I hope you don't, and because you're following this such a great program. So anyways, so but yeah, you will see that my this knee naturally wants to come forward. Okay, so this is okay, right? So if you can, let's see if you can hold on to this knee right here. Inhale, exhale, without any movement. Okay, is it okay for you? Can you handle that? Okay, no problem, Becky, I can handle it. Then you are going to um, you are going to bring both legs up. You are going to do a crisscross. Okay, is this still okay? No problem here. No doming, no sinking. Okay, can you bring it down? How far can you bring down without any pressure coming in? So this is the progressions of how you go from just lifting the heel up to do the double leg lift. So that's the harder it is for you, the better it is for your core. You're going to challenge your core because at some point you need to continue to make that core sore, so that you can continue to build resistance and strength in that core. A lot of the time, you need to make sure, watch out, is that your external core is not doing all the work for you. Your external core, like the outer layer of your muscles, like the six-pack muscle basically, they like to come together to help you do the work, and you wanted to make sure it doesn't. So the most important indicator would be sinking in. Like, is your muscle sinking inside that gap? That's because when your external core is coming close together, but your deep core muscles in the back is not doing any work, it's still very slack. We wanted to make sure that deep muscle is taut, so your whole system is taut. So external core is taut, your back deep core muscle is taut, so they're taut together, and then there's no sinking, there's no gap. So that's why oftentimes when you do a diastasis recti measure on yourself, right, you feel like, oh, okay, my gap is decreasing. If you're not properly measuring yourself because maybe you're lifting your head too high, your external core come in places, so you feel like, okay, your gap is decreasing. That's because of your external core coming together. You're not actually measuring the right place where you are actually engaging your deep core muscles. So hope that makes sense. And another example I wanted to show you quickly here is the hands and knees. So hands and knee, remember, we will start off here, stacking nicely underneath the shoulder and your hip, and then we breathe in here, right? And then the next thing usually is like the arm reach. And if the arm reach doesn't work for your body, you're going to go on the wall and do wall planks and reaching the arm up so that you're building endurance with gravity. The best thing for you to do is put your camera right here, like right underneath your belly, so you can see how your belly is reacting when you're exercising. Is your upper abs gripping down? Is your side oblique muscles gripping in so you're bulging out? You wanted to make sure that you're not. So by having the camera here to film yourself, then you can see it, and I'm also able to help you to identify if you're doing it correctly. So you would build endurance from here, right? Gravity is pulling you down. It's perfect for you to work on that deep core muscles. And then you reach one arm, and then you extend that one leg, and then making sure, again, you're not tilting, your back is in good posture, your neck is not like this, neck is long, chin is tucked, and then extending, and then you will work on progressively extending both leg together, and then you're going to extend the leg right off the floor. This is called a bird dog exercise. You're lifting off the floor, and this is eventually that's where you wanted to get to, from just being on hands and knees and just sliding on the floor to bring both hands and leg off the floor. So because the further away from your body, the further away from your floor, the harder it is for your core, and that is a good sign. But just be sure you're able to handle it. So hope the video makes sense for you. If you have any question, you want to film yourself more video, let me know, show me, and I will be able to correct you. Thank you.